Hi, it's McGear McCartney again with another Drink a Drink podcast. This time we've got a very interesting, articulate, funny ex-doctor. Who? He's called Harry Hill. And if we have any trouble with him, there's only one way to solve it. Fight!
Welcome to the podcast, Drink a Drink with me, Mike McCartney, and my special guest, Paul, what's his name?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. Harry Hill. Hi, Harry. How?
Oh, dear God. No, Harry, you see, it goes the other way around.
Mm.
You see, I say to you, how's the tour going, Harry?
Oh, that's your opener. Well, it's a lot of fun, mate.
That'll do. Anyway, now, as I'm new to podcasts, I've done some research on you, okay? And I'll be asking questions to you. I've got to warn you now, some serious questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You've been warned. So to start, you are not Harry Hill. You are Matthew Keith Hall. Oh, can I put my glasses on so I can see this bloody thing? Ah, there I am. You are Matthew Keith Hall. Did you change your name because you were related to a mega famous, world-renowned star like me?
I had to change my name.
See?
Because I wanted, in those days, we're talking like 1990 something, you had to, if you wanted to get on in the world, you had to be a member of Equity, the Actors Union.
I remember that. I had an Equity card.
Yeah. And so it turned out there was a woman called Harry
Hill.
My name was Hall.
Oh.
Because my real surname's Hall. And
because that's your name, Matthew.
Yeah, so when I started, I was Harry Hall.
Oh, did you?
And I liked that because it was Harry.
Oh, good.
Anyway,
that's great.
Yeah, but you could get permission from the person.
That could be misconstrued as a joke.
It could be. Yeah, I was doing it just then. And what happened? I wrote to this lady, and she said no, because you could get, So then I had all kinds of, sleepless nights thinking,
Absolutely.
I was going to be Harry Carnegie for a while. I quite like that.
Oh, that's good. I was nearly Mike McFab.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. But McGear sounded more Irish, so I became Mike McGear. Could have been Mike Hill, couldn't I?
Yeah. Well, Mike Hill wouldn't. Doesn't sound very showbiz.
Sounds good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Hill. I don't know. Maybe.
Very Hill. Now then, you were born through your mother, Jan, on October the 1st, 1964, which is 3 years before the Scaffold release. Thank you very much for the entry on.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
You know that. Can you imagine? You're that young.
Yeah. But was that your first one? Was that your first big hit?
No, the first record.
Lily the Pink, right?
No, the first record was, because it was all Mersey beat, and you had, really tappy toe, very Mersey beat sound, and it was tap 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 tippy 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 tippy. We chose a Cockney dirge called "To Die's Man Die."
Oh, that.
Man Die. Man dies, whoosh and die. Is everybody happy? You bet.
That's your life, we are.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our first one.
That was a bit left field.
Well, can we establish this now? Thank you very much. And 3 blind jellyfish on the B-side. Okay. how far ahead of this text business, whatever it's called, thank you very much, 3 blind jellyfish.
I see, yeah.
Okay, that's all.
You're staking that claim, are you? You invented the
I-
emoji, or the
well,
river is.
centuries ahead. Now, you grew up in Kent, is
Yes.
that correct?
Mm-hmm.
But at the age of 14, oh, hold on. We haven't done our drink. Let's see, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking tea, mate, because it's 2:00 in the afternoon.
Well, here's a drink.
Cheers.
Yeah. Or,
You can add a sound effect on that. Ching.
no, that's my producer, Josh. He does things like that. He's very good, you know. Or,
It's cheap, I know that much.
he doesn't do Bert impressions, but you could have this one.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's from the Bristol thing, is it?
That's slapstick.
Oh.
So there you are. So back to you. You, at the age of 14, you and your family moved to Hong Kong.
Yes.
Is that North Kent?
It's the North Kent Surrey borders.
Oh, I see.
The Principality of... Yeah, it was my dad's job, took us out there.
I
I never found out what he did, but he was something to do. He used to sort of get on the, he used to get on the train and go up to London and something in the shipping
China.
business. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Oh, that would
I
explain.
mean, it sounds like if he was in the shipping business, we should have been rich, but we weren't.
Oh,
we
dear.
weren't.
Oh dear. Can I help in any way?
And so we went out there, yeah. So I went from rural Kent, from playing in the sort of fields and, out catching newts and sort of trying to set fire to, start bonfires and stuff. Suddenly I was in, this sort of crazy city.
Crazy,
Packed
metropolitan.
with,
We went once.
yeah, packed full of people.
Lots of people.
And,
High-rise buildings.
yeah, in a flat. We were on the 14th floor of a flat. It was the 13th floor, actually, but because they're superstitious, they called it the 14th floor.
But then you'd had enough of the Chinese and you went back to good old Kent, where you thought you'd have a go at being a doctor and got an MBBS. What's that?
What is that? Bachelor of Medicine, Master of Surgery, is it? I think. I don't know.
I've got one of those.
MBBS. Master of MB. No, I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
You've got an MB. What is that? It's not an MBE, is it?
No, it's not.
is
Not an
British Empire Medal.
BEM.
Are there those things that they advertise on daytime TV with Michael Burke?
This is it.
And you send off for them?
I've been told by my son, can you please, for people that don't know what the hell's happening and haven't got telly, to describe to people
Yes.
what you're doing.
Yeah.
So here, folks, I'm holding up a BEM,
Yeah.
a British Empire medal.
Yeah.
He just snapped the case closed then.
What did you get that for, Mike? I mean, no offence.
For being wonderful, being intelligent, articulate, handsome, very humble, and for service. And that's why I accepted it, because I'm a bit Labour like you.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So, you know
don't
what
agree
I mean?
with the honours system, do we, Mike?
Well, it's like I was.
So you're offered one.
I've got to be honest with you. Let's be honest today, Has. And so I was thinking, member of the BEM, British Empire Medal, what empire, etc.
Yes, of course.
Thank you. And then they said, it's for your services to the people of Merseyside. And I thought to myself, that's a high honour.
Yeah.
So that's why I accepted it.
Yeah. It wouldn't be for music then.
It wouldn't be for a healthy backhander either.
What, Grayson Perry, I tackled Grayson Perry on this very subject because he accepted the knighthood.
Did he get a Perry Award though?
He because there's a very famous poem, and this is implying that I'm very well read, but I'm not. But I happen to know this was that when Wordsworth accepted the Poet Laureate post, Robert Browning wrote a poem about it, and it starts by saying, "For a handful of silver he left us, just for a ribbon to stick on his coat."
Ooh.
And Perry Grayson said, "Oh well," he said, "How do you know?" He said, "How do you know anyone who's turned down a knighthood? How do you know if they've turned one down?"
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
That was a rhetorical question, which I'm going to try and reply. But the only unfortunate thing, I forgot what you said.
What the way you know if someone's been offered an honour and they haven't turned it down is because they tell everyone the whole time.
Did I mention I've got a BEM, Harry?
When I interviewed the Scaffold,
Oh, yeah.
Where
was that? Would it be Bristol? by any
Bristol.
chance?
In the interval, you very nearly broke up again.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
All out there.
You had a flaming row.
It is very true. you do that with best friends.
Yeah, you sort
Tell me the
of
truth.
you sort of fell out and fell back in love with each other in about the space of about 20 minutes.
That's right. But after all the argument,
Can you hear that knocking noise?
yeah, good.
We get because we've got some steps being. We're having some work done.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was the woodwork.
Do you want me to tell them to stop? Woodwork.
No, I love all that. It's
Okay.
much better having normality going round you. Otherwise, we deny the existence of the world.
Yeah, we don't want to start doing that.
Yeah, sod it. Right, I'm going to go back to this if it kills you. He went to a doctor, got an MBA from the University of London, and I was thinking, as you're a doctor, I had open heart surgery, and if I was to open this bit inside my shirt and take my heart out, could you just have a look at it?
I'd be happy to do that, Mike. Yeah.
Would that be a bit gory for afternoon telly?
Yeah. Well, I did. You were asleep at the time, though, presumably. They put you under. Yeah.
Did they?
What was it like, though? Did you feel any different when you woke up?
I thought I was dead.
Yeah.
To
How
tell
do you know you're not?
Exactly. I really, they was telling me that my wife and my son Josh, all the kids were there, and they kept saying, "Are you all right, Dad? You all right, husband?" And it's like, and I ignored them, and the nurses, they just thought they're all fictitious. They're not here. They are pretending, that I'm alive. I really thought I was dead.
Crazy. Yeah.
It was crazy death. Yeah. Anyway, so I won't take my heart out for you.
No.
You then worked as a neurosurgeon or proctologist.
Well, that part is not true.
Oh, really? Good.
This is the problem of relying on Wikipedia.
Yeah. What were you?
Well, someone put up that I was a neurosurgeon.
Yes, they did.
And I quite like the idea, so I
Yeah.
haven't corrected it.
Sounds good, yeah.
And then someone, I think, has put this proctologist at Doncaster Hospital. I'd never,
That's what I was going to ask you. Doncaster Royal Infirmary.
I've never worked at Doncaster. So if anyone is examining people's bottoms and claiming to be me,
Yeah.
they might be in for some sort of community trust award,
So I'll warn
some
Youngblood.
sort of windfall.
I'll warn Youngblood. He's from Donny.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all right. Just thought I'd get that in. The
Yeah.
young generation. I want to identify with the young generation. But
How's that going?
no, useless. They just still think I'm an old fart. Anyway, after 5 years you quit. Is that right?
No, not 5 years. So I qualified, did the 5 year, course, which is interesting. You know, the course is interesting. And what was nice about it was you didn't have any responsibility, so you could, you know, do all this stuff. But you obviously, if anything went wrong, you didn't get told off, or you know, it wasn't up to you to
or blamed.
to make any decisions. You know, you couldn't sort of write prescriptions, or you know.
Oh, okay.
Then, when of course you qualify, suddenly that all changes, and you've got this huge weight of responsibility on your back.
Oh dear.
And you don't actually really know much, even though you've been at medical school for 5 years. You don't really know very much, and so you learn it all off in my humble opinion, you learn most of it off the nurses in the first 6 weeks.
Yeah. So that's the reason why you went into comedy.
It was a combination, mate, between me not liking the job and fancying the idea of being a comedian. If there hadn't been something else that I wanted to do, I would have stuck at it. You know.
Well, you did well, because immediately you won the Perrier Award for the best newcomer at the Edinburgh Festival, Fringe. That's where we started at, by the way, in the Traverse Theatre. When it was a tiny 60-seater theatre. Did you ever go to the Traverse?
I walked past it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, did we?
I don't think I've ever seen anything there. Maybe I have. It's a famous venue, isn't it? I mean, it's,
yeah.
I mean, there's lots of places that that call themselves venues. You know, the last time I went up to the Edinburgh Festival, and so I first started going in the 90s, and it was like rooms above pubs, and it was like rooms in buildings. The last time I went, it was containers, metal shipping containers.
Wow.
With a stage at the end, you know, and chairs in, which is quite phenomenal, isn't it?
Was that Ken Campbell time? Do you ever see him in pubs?
No,
Ken
I never.
Campbell
He was a bit before my time, I think.
stuck ferrets down his trousers and the like.
Yeah, I've heard he was. Was he brilliant?
He was crazy.
Yeah.
He
Crazy
was
good or crazy like?
Crazy good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ken Campbell.
Yeah. And then you were commissioned by Radio 4 to do a show called Harry Hill's Fruit Corner.
Yes.
With guests
correct.
like your big brother Al Murray, Rolf Harris.
Well, yes. Rolf was. Perhaps we might not dwell on that particular booking.
And I'll skip it then.
Jimmy Savile wasn't available.
And
it was all those, you know, when we were booking that show, the only one that would do radio at that time were the people that I grew up watching on TV.
Oh, right.
Because they, you know, they were old and less popular.
Yeah.
And they would do it for the, you know, 200 quid or whatever we were paying.
Peanuts.
So I did get to meet a lot of my childhood.
We'll get to Peanuts later.
Yeah, okay. And
Ronnie on that show,
Corbett.
you had Ronnie Corbett.
Yeah, lovely little Ronnie. Yeah.
You know, my wife Rowena was in Television Centre, and she went to college and learned how to make dresses and do beautiful wedding dresses, etc. Do you know my wife has the ultimate fame of taking up Ronnie Corbett's trousers?
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you've got to take them up to be able to take them down.
That's what, well, she did. We won't go into that aspect of it.
What was that? Yeah. Well, he was a very snappy dresser, Ronnie.
Oh,
loved his clothes. Yeah, loved it. You know, always looking really dapper and. I mean, yeah, great bloke. I mean, he was a really sweet guy.
Well, more importantly, my wife took his trousers up. Yes, Ian, you then tried a television BBC Two series or a show with a black and white silent comedy series. Is that why you like Slapstick Festival in Bristol?
I've always been interested in that because I grew up in the 70s when I basically grew up. I used to like watching the Goodies.
Right.
I used to like Benny Hill, you know, and they used a lot of silent kind of slapsticky.
Oh, yeah. Benny was very silent, wasn't he?
Yeah, this is before he got a bit went off the rails a bit, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And he's got a bit lewd, didn't it? But and also in the
Yeah.
summer holidays, they would show Laurel and Hardy and
Yes.
Harold Lloyd and stuff. So it was very much in the air, even in the 70s, all that. But it's just not. You don't see it at all now on TV. You got to really search for it. Funnily enough, I was trying to find Laurel and Hardy on one of these streaming channels last night, but you can't really.
You can borrow my box set.
I've got a box set, but the DVD player's playing it. Can I borrow your DVD player and SCART lead as well?
Yes, yeah. And Scott, it's funny you should say Scott lead, because after we saw your show, he does a thing about Scott leads in it. We went home to our home, and we found in the back of the telly a Scott lead.
Yeah.
It's been there for centuries.
That's where they hide.
That's where they secretly.
That's where they're most comfortable, around
Yes,
the back
I
of the
think so.
telly.
Was that black and white thingy called Harry Hill's Fruit Fancies?
Yes.
So do you like fruit?
I don't know what the fruit thing was. I think it was the fruit corner. That banana looks like it's seen better days. Is that what they're giving you up there?
Yeah, a bit old. But no, just because you like fruit. You've got either that, the apple, or the old banana. Which one are you having?
Apple, please. There's no. Oh, well, which is better? There's only one way to find out. Fight.
Oh, there. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Lovely. Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
I did. One day you will be able to do this, Mike.
Yeah, wouldn't it be great?
You'll be able to reach through the computer. Your hand will appear.
Oh, I was once on the side of the stage. You know, this ABBA, we went to see it,
what's that like?
where they are on stage, unbelievably. And they are. You can see them,
Yeah.
all made up.
Are you sure it's not them? Has anyone actually bothered? Because I think everyone says it looks so much like them. I'm thinking it is them.
Yeah,
and they don't want to, but they don't want to sort of have to go and sign autographs afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I was one, just to give you, this goes back a long way. And I was on watching my brother who was on stage. He wasn't on stage. The stage was bare. And I was standing next to Gene Roddenberry, right? Was he Star Trek? Gene Roddenberry?
Rings a vague bell.
I think so. All our listeners will tell us.
Yeah, one for the kids.
Standing next to this guy had a very chiseled face.
Oh.
And he said to me, hey, mate, can you... And this is a long time before anyone had thought of this. And he just said, can you imagine that, Mike? Just like you said about coming through the telly. He said, can you imagine this, Mike? At one stage, your brother can come on stage and go to the microphone and sing, and then while he's singing, he walks through himself, because that on the stage will be a projection like the ABBA business. And he said that 1,000,000 years ago, the idea that your kid can be on stage singing and then he can walk through himself.
Yeah, well, he was ahead of his time, Gene.
Yes, he was.
What was but I think it essentially is a variation of the old Victorian. It's like a slanted piece of glass, isn't it? They're projecting it onto.
Well, I don't know how they do it.
No, I don't. But I mean, I think that's what it is. It can't be anything
magic.
Else. It's magic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Finally, go back to the. I'm supposed to show you that. I didn't I? There's your questions.
What's that? A phoenix?
It's bloody liver bird.
Oh, the liver birds.
Good Lord, man.
Oh, Sandra, I don't know what to do, Sandra. Oh, what's the other one? Sandra and
A barrel.
Beryl. Oh, Beryl.
The liver bird.
I like Lucian on that. Me rabbit. Was it
No, that's
Lucian?
right,
Yeah.
No, you're ready for this one.
Yeah.
Alan Cummings was very impressed with this, if I can do it.
Yeah.
That whistle started the Liver Birds for 20 years.
And was that your whistle?
Correct, Harry. How did you guess?
And did you get paid every time they played it?
Did I, buggery? Certainly didn't.
I can see that's a bone of contention.
Well, let's not go into that. Lots of things I wasn't paid for.
Yeah.
But
One day all this money will come in one big envelope through the front door.
There's a bit coming up about that in a minute. Finally, it says here, you got your own TV series called Harry Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to call it, so they said, what are you going to call it? I said, I wanted to call it Harry Hill Tonight, Now, Tomorrow. Right? And they said, it's too long. They said, but it's got to have the name Harry Hill in it. I said, just call it Harry Hill. Stupid.
So questions are, but in that, your regulars being your big brother Al Murray, Bert Kwok, was he in that?
Yeah, lovely Bert. Kato from the Pink Panther films.
I always remember that. Your adopted son, Alan Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And was that the first time, excuse me for a second, was that the first time that Stuffer the cat was on?
It was, Mike, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't fault your research. Basically, I found out I went to Nashville. What's he doing now? I thought, what? He was here a minute.
He was, wasn't he?
Hi, Stoof, how are you?
All right there, Harry.
He's assimilated. He's
up north now, so assimilated a Scouse accent. So he's doing all right there, lad, or what?
Yeah,
he's laughing. Sorry for everyone not able to view this. I am holding up a blue cat with
his tongue out,
with a red tongue out and yellow eyes. It looks really terrifying. So just to tell you, that's poor little Stuffer that's is having withdrawal symptoms, I fear. Oh my God, he's disappeared now.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Stuffer.
And was that the first time the Badger Parade were on?
Yeah, actually, you know what? The way I came up with that whole Badger thing was I was on tour, right? And I was in Liverpool, funnily enough. And I was driving, and I was a bit bored of the show, right? And we drive past a charity shop, and they got these badgers, like soft toy badgers in the window, about 4 or 5 of these things. I said to Steve, stop the car, I've had an idea. I said, what we do is we get those, go and buy those badgers. I said, at the end of the show, I say this, at the start of the show, I say, during the Badger Parade, do not approach them because, blah, blah, blah. And at the end, we just pull them along on a string.
Right.
So I go into the shop and I say to the lady, excuse me, but how much are those badgers in the window? And she said, oh, no, mate, they're for display purposes only. Right?
She's from London.
She's hang on, I'll get it. She said, no, mate, it's
Thank you.
It's they're for display purposes only.
She's from Birmingham.
Purposes. And I said, oh, come on. I said, everyone's got their price.
Good.
She said, all right, 50p. I said, yeah, okay. I bought them. And that night, that was the first Badger Parade. Must have been in Liverpool. I guess it was...
In Liverpool, obviously.
In Liverpool.
Yeah. But you had a problem with those badges, didn't you? So you did a song instead.
Did I?
Here.
What was that?
Oh, you don't remember it?
Oh, well, I used to do a song every week with them.
Oh, did you? The badges?
Yeah. You're sort of harking back. I mean, the big influence on that show was Crackerjack, really.
Crackerjack.
Yeah, well done. Because what it...
You've got to tell the audience that you have to, if anyone says crackerjack,
You have to
you've
say
got to repeat it. Carry on. What was the show called?
It was called, I can't remember. Crackerjack.
Crackerjack!
Crackerjack.
Crackerjack!
Crackerjack. We've gone into a loop. We've gone into a feedback loop. And
Oh dear.
and what they used to do at the end of the Crackerjack,
Crackerjack.
they used to have a big sketch with a song, didn't they?
I remember a belt. No, I remember the kid
No, that was
holding
that was Generation Game.
cabbages. No.
Oh, cabbages. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could win it would be simple things you could win, wouldn't it? Be like you could win well, actually, you might be able to win a sort of board game, or if you got it wrong, you got a cabbage.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, that you wouldn't be able to do that now, Mike, because that would be seen as cruel and
yeah. You'd have to do your own dinner.
you'd have to make your own dinner.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, kind of based on that.
Okay. But then you had a change of career as an author. Is that correct?
Well, it wasn't a change of career.
No. Yes,
It was
I must write
a
these.
side. It was a side hustle.
That's it.
You know, we both know that if you get a little bit of success in show business, in anything, people ask you to write a book.
Yes.
And because we're all egomaniacs, we say yes.
And you wrote Harry Hill's fun book.
I did, yeah. So the fun book came out as a...
You sell any?
Well, I've got quite a few here still. I don't know how it sold. No one ever told me.
Oh, brilliantly.
It's a great book, though.
Good.
Yeah.
So then you'd had enough of the BBC and you sold out to ITV with something called TV...
That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
I'm sorry, for the viewers that haven't got a television show, that was called TV Burp.
You can do that at will. That's quite a talent.
Thank you.
Yeah. Whistling, burping. Is there nothing he can't do?
I can whistle and burp at the same time. But that's an art.
You get paid every time you burp. No.
Well, no, that'll cost them that. Why the title be TV Burp?
Oh, God. I mean, listen, we sat in a room for 2 hours, me and the other writers on that show, trying to come up with a name for it, right? Early on, I came up with TV Burp because it was like we were regurgitating the week's TV, right? It was sort of repeating... Is that reference? And we tried, we like I say, we all sat around trying to come up with a better name because none of us liked it. To this day, I don't like the name. It's an awful name for a show.
Oh, it's great. I love it.
It was a good show, but it was a bad name for it. And we just couldn't come up with anything. And actually, after about 3 series, the bloke at ITV called me into his office, said, look, we need to change the name. I said, why? He said, well, no one likes it. I said, well, I don't like it. I said, what do you suggest? He said, I don't know.
Oh, thanks.
He said, but I said to my secretary the other day, do you watch that TV Burp? She said, no, I don't like the name of it. That was basically what it was, So, but we never did, and,
So it was a great show.
End, we can agonise about titles, can't we?
You spent, I think you finished because, is this correct, that you had to watch so much telly? My God. Where did the idea for turning side to the camera?
I nicked that off
good.
Oliver Hardy.
Oh, lovely.
I think.
Oh.
I nicked it off, I think Bruce Forsyth nicked it off Oliver Hardy. I nicked it off Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, great. We had a thing in Edinburgh Fringe.
Oh, yeah.
And we had on the back of our programs a bingo card, right? And so we gave it to the audience and they all write bingo time now. And so raise your pencil, so all cross it out. And the whole audience suddenly went, house, because we'd given them exactly the same card, and so they all shouted house. Ha ha ha! How funny! The guy that was doing that went down to London and knew he was it was the Epstein times when we were with Brian, and he did the Cilla Black show, and she was on the Palladium, and we went to see Sil, good old Sil.
Yeah,
she was wonderful.
Step inside, love.
That's it.
Let me find you.
For those of you who haven't got visual, that was Cilla Black herself live
appearing
on the Talk of the Town.
ABBA style.
That was magic. So where was I? What wonderful yarn did I have to tell you?
You were saying that she was on at the Palladium, and
Correct.
you went backstage and stole her coat.
Knickers. No,
I would never say knickers.
no. In fact, she told me while she was, that's it. Now, see, it eventually comes back to me sometimes. She told me, well, no, I was watching the show, and suddenly everyone on the programs, posh programs, we had paper ones in the Edinburgh Fringe. Sorry, I banged the mic then. Josh, sorry about that. And my producer's looking at me saying, why did you bang the mic?
Yeah.
And so posh programs, a beautiful program. And then it came to the back page. Everyone look at the back page because we're going to do bingo now.
Oh, and she nicked it.
She nicked it. So that, as though that was bad enough, it's it's for Scylla. I won't say anything. That's great. Then, years later, I read in The Observer a bit about Des O'Connor.
Oh.
There's a great bit in his show where he has this bingo, and they all read that, and the whole audience shout, bingo! So that was 3 times a bingo.
Yes. Well, there's nothing you can do to... I don't think it's not like songs where you can own them and copyright them. It seems to me like jokes, which just doesn't seem quite right, does it?
No.
Because everything else that's written, if you're at a play and someone puts it on, you should get paid. But weirdly, jokes seem to slip through that particular net. And they are our livelihood after all.
Yes, that's right. Now is it time yet? I think it is time. I did say at the beginning of this, we're going to have some serious questions, didn't I?
Oh, okay. No, you didn't, but anyway.
I did. I'm sure I did. Producer, did I say, as well as having questions, we're going to have serious ones?
I'm going to have to rewind that.
He has no bloody idea either. You're both, well, you wind it back and you'll find out. Now, for the first serious question.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is directed to you, being an ex-doctor. What do you give a kangaroo that can't hop?
Spring water.
Incorrect. A hopperation.
Operation, of course.
That's
Yeah.
my first serious question. Okay. I thought you'd like that.
What do you get if you cross a kangaroo with a sheep?
I don't know. What do you get when you cross a kangaroo with a sheep?
Well, you get a hybrid sheep kangaroo that's accepted by neither kangaroo nor sheep and is destined to live a life of extreme loneliness.
And does it have a rainbow wool?
Now, that would be if you crossed a sheep with a rainbow.
You see your brain working. Is all this information going through those headphones?
I'm not sure it's getting any further than the headphones. Yeah.
Ah, dear. So TV Burp had Wagbo, Your Demon Love Child, Alan Sugar as a doll who rapped.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
I bet he didn't. And catchphrases like Chippy Chips.
Mm.
And
Chippy
you get-
chips.
how did it go?
Chippy chips. Yeah.
And you get the idea with that?
Well, you get the idea with that.
Okay. TV Burp rightly got many BAFTAs. Where did you keep them?
They're on that shelf over there.
Oh, there you see. for the
3
information
of them.
people that haven't got visual, they're over there on that shelf. Okay. Right. And was your second book a TV Burp? Well, it is now. It is now.
Yeah, there was a TV Burp book. It
Oh,
was like a
good.
TV Burp annual. Yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah,
You then narrated You've Been Framed.
yeah. No, that was the best job I ever had.
It was good, wasn't it?
Well, it was the best job in that I didn't have to.
Yeah.
I didn't have to
Research.
go in.
Yeah.
I didn't have to shave or put on the big collar. I just sat in a booth in Soho and made stuff up.
May I say, it's a high honour, and I appreciate that you're wearing your notoriously high white shirt collar, your famous white shirt. May I say that I just thought you'd be in your dirt, in your me, I thought you'd be me, But may I say,
Well, you put a clean shirt on.
it's my Surreal shirt just for you.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you.
For anyone
Yeah.
listening,
Oh, yeah. Can you tell them, please, my
it's got
shirt?
safety pins on it
All over.
all over.
That's right. Okay. You then decided to try children's CITV,
Children's ITV, yeah.
children's ITV. Did you know for the BBC we did a series called Score with the Scaffold?
Score with the Scaffold.
Score with the Scaffold. And because they were BBC,
Yes.
they didn't know what score meant, right?
No.
Because they thought it was adding up and things. And so we did this thing. We were dreadful. We were mischievous chappies, lively whack-a-wits. And we used to have badges saying, "Score now, kids."
Score now, kids.
Hopefully none of you understand this conversation.
No.
But
Just
your
say
thing-
no.
Your thing was called Harry Hill's Show. I don't know how to read this out. Your series was called Harry Hill's Shark-Infested Custard.
Yeah. Yeah, shark-infested custard.
Well, you don't seem to take things too seriously, do you?
Well, that was... I wish I could say it was a lot of fun to make, but it wasn't.
Oh,
It was, again, it was a little bit... It was kind of... Initially what I said was, let's see if we can get the rights to Crackerjack.
Crackerjack.
Crackerjack. And and the BBC wouldn't let me have the rights to it because it was for ITV, which just seems a bit mean.
To what?
To Crackerjack. They wouldn't let me have the
Crackerjack.
rights to Crackerjack.
Crackerjack.
And Crackerjack.
Crackerjack.
And I... So I did like what I thought was like a version of it. But on that show they used to have kids in the audience.
Well, that's a good thing for a kids' show.
Yeah, but you know what? I thought, oh great, well I just have kids in the audience. But so I go out and I start doing these jokes, and they didn't laugh at all. Right? Not a single laugh. But
Are you scared?
but and then at one point I said, clap, if everyone could just clap now, and they clapped, and they all clapped, right?
Oh, good.
So then what I did was I said to them, okay, now everyone laugh. And they all laughed.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So what we did was we turned the cameras around, and I said laugh about 4 times, and we recorded them laughing. And
I
they
see.
are the only shots
I
of
see.
children laughing in the whole 13
Wow.
episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, they wouldn't laugh. They were so distracted by the whole kind of, or maybe it just wasn't funny, Mike. There's that, of course. Yeah. Yeah. So it was,
Mind you are good with kids. That telly you do with the Junior Bakeoff,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
that's great. You're very good with kids.
Well, it's they're good with me, really, I think. I mean, all I have to do really is just sort of get them to talk,
Yes.
because they're naturally sort of funny.
Yes. They
You
were
forget
no,
that, don't you, about kids? How
yes, true.
how they think. They don't have any kind of... there's no cynicism or side to them
Yeah.
until they get to sort of, I don't know, probably about the teens.
Till they get to our age.
Yeah. So it's a very sweet show, that, yeah.
So in Harry Hill's shark-infested custard show, you had Speed Camera Boy,
Yeah.
who was half boy and half speed camera.
Yeah, he used to wander around.
And you wore a yellow custard shirt.
I did, yeah. It was the big collar, but in yellow.
Oh, dear. Surrealism has never entered your life, has it?
I've never let it.
Yeah.
I've heard it knocking.
You've never left it.
I've never let it in.
Yeah.
Well, I always think it's silly rather than... I think there's like a tradition of sort of silliness. Like Doddy and... I don't think anyone used to call Ken Dodd Surreal. And look, he had those Diddy men and he had that kind of crazy...
Yeah.
The coat, the red...
Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's more in that tradition.
Silly.
Of sort of silly, absurd,
Yeah.
Because when I think of Surreal, I think more of, Monty Python and...
Very good.
And that stuff.
That'll do.
Mm.
Now, your third book, or fourth, or fifth, or 12th, was Harry Hill's whopping great joke book.
Yeah.
With
that
Kitty
was the big
Joke.
seller. That's the one book
Was it?
that sold.
Good.
In numbers.
Was that for Kitty Clover and Winnie Millicent and Freddie Astor?
It was dedicated to my dear children.
Which was who do we meet in that lovely theatre? Who is now your tour manager?
Wilton's. Oh, she's not my tour manager. Winnie. I said to her, "Look, Winnie, you can come on at the end and dress up as. If you come on and dress up as Giant Stoofer at the end, I'll give you 50 quid." So she did that for 3 nights.
Oh, go 3 nights.
And got enough holiday spending money for a holiday.
And who joined us in the Serpentine Gallery?
That's Freddie.
Oh, that's Freddie. So I haven't seen Kitty for a long time.
No. She doesn't like you, Mike.
Good, I noticed that.
I'm sorry that it's come out in this way.
Yeah. Yes, it's okay. It's okay, Harold. We should mention at this juncture that those lovely girls came about when you married the very talented artist Magda.
Crackerjack.
Crackerjack in 1996 in Wandsworth, London.
Wandsworth, yeah. The brighter borough.
You're going to like this bit. Is it true she still sells her lovely original art? Holding up to the camera.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure you prefer this view instead of the bloke that was there before. So for those that can't see the telly, he's holding up a non-iron T-shirt. My wife would be very annoyed.
It's a tea towel.
A tea towel.
Not a T-shirt. It hasn't got any armholes or a back.
No. But she also makes T-shirts.
Yeah.
Models, top models, etc.
Yeah. She's a painter, really, but a lot of her images are sort of have been put on to clothes, and she just sells a lot of prints of her work, and we're all very proud of her.
Is she still selling cherries for that lay-by?
She hasn't had to do that.
Okay, I didn't have to do anything.
It's not the season.
Yeah.
No, she's not. She's still selling. I think she's still doing parsnips out the back of her. She's got an ice cream van she sells parsnips out of. She tells people they're cornettos, but...
You're very silly. But it's time for the second serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. You said that with some determination. Yeah.
A boy sat out in the rain one night watching the new moon. What illness did he get?
New moon. He got lunar.
You were nearly there then.
New moon. I don't know.
Keep going. You were nearly there.
Pneumonia.
Yeah.
Pneumonia. Excellent.
Are these serious questions not too serious?
No, I think I can cope with them.
Okay, that's all right then. Now then, you next decided to take on the cinema world with Harry Hill, the movie.
Indeed. Yes,
With
the Harry
Larry-
Hill movie.
Yeah, with your twin brother, with your new twin brother, Matt Lucas,
Had to get a new one. It's a bigger name.
Julie Walters, Sheridan Smith, Johnny
Yes.
Vegas, Jim Broadbent, Simon Bird,
Yeah.
to name but two.
Yeah, a who's who
Yeah,
of who.
and an important part of the movie was filmed in Blackpool, and there was a
Oh, you were
small-
there.
No, excuse me, I haven't finished, so I'll start. There was an important, small but important part of a photographer in that film. Can you remember who played that part and got a credit at the end?
Was it that brilliant chronicler of the 1960s, David Bailey?
No, it was me. It was me.
It was you, yeah.
Yeah.
You did get a credit. Yeah.
Didn't get paid though.
No, you didn't get paid. Well, no one got paid on that movie.
Excuse me. It says here the movie made $3,647,000. Where's mine?
Was that right? I never knew that.
See the information I'm giving you is timeless.
Well, that's good. That's
Yeah.
not bad, is it? Is
Bloody
that good? I don't know. What do movies make these days?
You know,
What, is
looking
that, what do those big Marvel films make? They probably make
Ooh,
twice
they,
that.
they make ollies. Do you know what that is?
No.
That's Liverpool vernacular. That's Liverpool reality. For marbles, we call them ollies. And my poor children all, hey Dad, can we play with marbles? Marbles, Dad. My children and my son Joshua will back this up. They're not marbles, they're ollies.
Where does that come from?
It comes from Josh over there. Right here. Look,
Ollies. Where's me Ollies?
where's my ollies?
Sandra.
Hey, Sandra, you got me ollies.
No, Sandra.
Now
no.
here,
Beryl, I haven't.
on a more serious note, not a serious quote, a serious note. Ding. You were once a victim of identity theft and £280,000 was stolen from your bank.
It's true.
I'm sorry about that. Would you like
Yeah, thanks
some
for bringing that up again.
Would you like some of it back?
I got it straight back. The thing was, I went into it
My
was the
bad.
Halifax,
Oh,
and because of the nature of my job, you don't get paid regularly. But
What's
every now
that?
and then, you get a big check.
what's your job?
Window cleaner.
Oh, good. Oh, that paid well.
Yeah, and I've seen all sorts. You can imagine.
Yeah, I bet you have.
Because I only clean the insides of the windows.
Yes, because when you're looking
I don't
from
clean the
outside,
outsides.
when you're looking from the outside, you can see people brushing their teeth and laying the fire,
That's
and
right.
cooking the breakfast on an old pan.
Yeah.
So I've got to tell you, it's the time for the third and final serious question. Okay, we've had pneumonia. Here we go.
Now, they're cut out of the Beano. Good grief. This is the very low point. This is
You were in the
how it
dandy,
ends.
though.
This
You
is how
were
it
in
ends,
the
folks.
dandy. You were in the dandy. You weren't in the Beano.
No, I wasn't in the Beano. You're quite right.
You were a comic strip, you were.
I was,
It
yeah.
was a comedy strip. Old lady to street musician. Do you always play by ear? Musician. Yes, madam. By ear or over there? It says here, by ear or earabouts.
Thereabouts.
Yeah. I bet you're glad you're doing this podcast now, aren't you? Won't be long.
Everyone's got a podcast, mate.
Yeah, everyone in the world. I
You're
had
the
a-
last person to get a
Wasn't time.
podcast.
Is Nick McClock?
He's Nick McClock.
Yes.
Beryl.
What do you like, Beryl? We're nearly there. Anything to ask me, by the way?
What is the capital of Peru?
Peru is Peruvia, obviously.
Is it? I'll just write that down. I'll check it later.
Could you please? Next thing you did was Harry Hill's Alien Fun capsule.
Yes, true.
Celebrity guests like Alison Hammond, the George Formby Society, and Les Dennis, who was a Liverpool speak lad like me. But you didn't ask me, you asked him, didn't you? Didn't
Yeah. Les.
Yeah, go on, he paid you.
It was a bit embarrassing with Les because I had forgotten I'd met him before.
Oh, even better.
So I said, "Hi, Les. It's lovely to meet you." He said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "He says we did a thing. We did a thing together all those years ago." I said, "What? Really?" He said, "Yeah, it was Pig Family Fortunes, right?" And what this sketch was, it was Les Dennis in a pigsty. And he's doing family fortunes to some pigs, and he had the big scoreboard. They'd make oinking, and I thought, it's forgivable to forget that you've met Les Dennis on, I don't know, This Morning or something.
Okay.
But to forget something like Pig Family Fortunes,
didn't go down well.
Well, he's all right. He's a great bloke. Isn't it?
Yeah, we love Les.
We love Les. We love Les for the dangers that he's passed.
Yes,
His
that time
ups
with
and
Ricky,
downs.
that time with Ricky Gervais, he dared a lot. Now, other books, we're coming to the end now. Other books, thank God you say. Other books, what you wrote were Flight from Death Row.
Yes, there was a misspelling. It was supposed to be Heathrow.
Oh, I see.
There's a typo.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Why don't you do a new one called Flight from Heathrow? Okay. Tim the Tiny Horse.
Yeah, kids' books.
And the Further Adventures of the Queen Mum. Next time I see you, I will tell you the story about the Queen Mum singing my song in the Castle of May.
Thank you very much for the ancient iron. Thank you very much.
Yes, very much. No, she used to sing that in the Castle of May with her daughters.
Oh.
You've got to guess who her daughters were.
Yeah.
It's a question for you.
Yeah.
This is another serious question. Who were the Queen Mother's daughters?
Helena Bonham Carter is one, I know that.
No, wrong.
Olivia Colman.
That's true. Oh dear. I just wish I had one of you. You've done so many books, and I just wish I had one.
You're not alone there, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got one.
So I'm holding up for those of you with no vision. I'm holding up. It's backwards on the telly. It says, "Fight, Harry Hill."
Yeah.
Thought I'd say that.
Thank you.
No, forget that. Most important aspect of drink podcast is the national tour of new bits and greatest hits, which Ro and I saw in the Wilton Theatre near Tower Bridge, London, which was so good. We're seeing you again at the Liverpool Phil, and that tour is till September, is that correct?
It goes to June, but they get a little break for the summer. We're going to go and do Junior Bakeoff, and then it picks up again in September for about 10 days, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, it's a long tour.
Yeah.
But it's new bits and greatest hits. So I'm not going to do this again, this show.
By the way, we saw it in Wilton's. That's why we're coming to the Phil, because it was so good. And I really got to tell you, it was very good. Harry, I shouldn't be really telling the truth.
No, you shouldn't.
On this podcast, but it was so good and so well thought out and so well rehearsed, and it was just such
Well,
a
I knew that I might be onto something because your wife said that she liked it. And she is, as you know, a very tough crowd.
She's a killer. So If you get past Roe, you get past anyone.
Yeah.
No, that is
So
good.
that was very sweet of her.
And the badgers tell me it's to celebrate you getting to 60.
Yeah, the big 6-0.
What's it like being so young?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a shocker, 60, isn't it? And what were you doing when you were 60, 20 years ago? Was that?
I was, good Lord, I was
Yeah.
healthy, happy, still no money still. But
But it's a shocker. All the other ones, you think, oh, okay, you're 40. You think, I mean, even 30, you get to 30, you think, oh, 30, I should be doing something, something should be happening. Or 40, you think, oh, and then 50, but you kind of shrug those off. And then 60, you think, yeah, 60. If I was going to do something, I probably would have done it by now.
son, wait till you get to 80.
80.
Now I'm going to love you and leave you, Harold.
Okay, well, we'll...
You get on with your life and let you take those things on your head off. And it was lovely talking. As always, it was lovely talking to you.
It's lovely seeing you, mate.
So we will drink to you in person next time. Look forward to it.
See you in the pool.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Ta-ra. Well, there you are. I hope you enjoyed that lovely chat with Harry. And if you want to find out more about Harry or his tour, we've left the information in the description in our podcast. Ta-da!